What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Vince Warburton and this is VW Fitness. Today we're going to talk about Iron Brothers' brand new Ruthless pre-workout. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so I'm super excited for today's review. It's been a few months since we've done a pre-workout review, so definitely excited to get right back into it. The gyms have reopened here in Texas, and I am back in the gym. I have been for the last week, and kind of been just getting back into pre-workout and whatnot. So this is the first pre-workout review I have done, or I will do. I did tease this over on Instagram and kind of asked you guys which pre-workout you guys wanted me to review first. It was pretty much a toss-up between this one and the Cage Muscle Stim-Free Pre-Caged. So I'll probably get to pre-caged here soon. Obviously, we have a ton on deck. A lot of other supplements are coming in. I've started actually reaching back out to a lot of supplement companies now that things are going, and trying to get more samples so that we can review a lot more pre-workouts, since we really haven't talked about pre-workouts, guys. I mean, the gyms haven't been open, so it makes sense. So very excited to talk about Iron Brothers Ruthless. And this is pretty much like a brand new product. It hasn't been out for too long. I have a pretty good relationship with Iron Brothers, I would say. And I think a lot of their products are superb. They're not paying me to say anything specific. They did send me the product for free, but this is completely unbiased, unpaid review, and we're always going to keep it like that. Now, some updates on the rating scale, guys. I figured since we've had all this time and we haven't really talked about pre-workouts, and I've kind of done a lot more research in terms of the numbers, I've decided to go back to a scale of 1 out of 10 rather than 1 out of 5, I guess. And the reasoning for that is to kind of give you guys a better understanding of kind of where things line up, and it's more dialed in. You know, if you technically look at 1 out of 5, you're looking at a 20% increase throughout that, and that's a pretty wide gap. So with 1 out of 10, we're looking at a 10% increase through each number, or decrease, I guess you could say. And so yeah, we're going to continue to base it on that. Now, I have updated that with the numbers that I have, because I do keep track of pretty much every pre-workout and supplement that I review. So let's just jump right into this, guys. If you're new to the channel, we break down the supplement review, a pre-workout supplement, into 4 different parts. That's right, we're going to talk about number 1, price; number 2, the label ingredient breakdown; we'll talk about the taste; and then we'll come back after a big workout today, very excited, and we'll talk about the effects. So I have not tried this pre-workout. That's how I do all my pre-workout reviews, guys. I always open it up usually with you guys. So price, this comes in at $34.97 right off of their website. Now, this is one of those that, you know, 40 servings here, but really to get the most effects, I would say you need to do the 2 scoops, which is on the back of the label here. With that 2 scoops, you're going to get 20 servings. It's going to come out to a price point of about $1.75 a serving, which is pretty high. Now, they do offer some 10% discount codes and whatnot. I've talked about this a lot on the channel. I do not base the pricing scale on any sort of discount. I just don't think it's really fair, because some people just don't find it. And obviously, due diligence, and you know, you should be searching for, you know, coupon codes if you can, or try to find influencers that may have them. But in this case, $1.75, that's going to come in on the scale at 5 out of 10. And that may sound low, but again, guys, these are new numbers. And if you guys want to learn more about the numbers, maybe I can do a full video explaining kind of where the pricing kind of matches up with everything. So 5 out of 10 in terms of pricing. I don't think it's terrible. If you can get a discount code, obviously it makes it a little cheaper, makes it better. But yeah, I mean, 20 servings, $1.75, that's where we're at. All right, next up, let's get into the label ingredient breakdown, guys. We'll pop that up on the screen now. Now, like I said, they do break this down into 1 scoop or 2 scoops. We are going to base it on 2 scoops today. That is a 17.4 gram scoop, guys. Pretty big, pretty big. You know, typically a lot of pre-workouts, they kind of sit between 10 and 15. So this is on the higher end, I would say. We start out with 7 grams of L-citrulline malate 2-to-1 ratio. I'm not a huge fan of citrulline malate unless it is properly dosed. Now, in this 2-to-1 ratio, you're looking at just over about 4 grams of pure citrulline, and the rest is going to be that malic acid. This is a great debate. A lot of people think that, you know, citrulline malate is better. One or the other is better. I think as long as you're getting between 4 and 6 grams of the pure citrulline, you're going to get those nice, good pump effects. And in this case, you are. And they are breaking it down and telling you guys that it is a 2-to-1 ratio. There are some products out there that don't assume that it's a 2-to-1 ratio. They might be doing something whack, you know, and you may not be getting as much citrulline as you think. So make sure that 2-to-1 is there. 7 grams, 3.2 grams of the beta-alanine. We've talked about beta-alanine a ton on the channel. So if you are sensitive to the beta tingles and you do not like them, possibly stay away from this product, because this is efficaciously dosed, and you're more than likely going to get those beta tingles within 15-20 minutes of ingesting this. 1 gram of the pomegranate powder extract, kind of a unique ingredient here, full of antioxidants, definitely a good amount there. 1 gram of taurine, talked about taurine a ton on the channel, so that's good to see there. So next up, we have 1 gram of the acetyl L-carnitine, and this is going to help with that focus, kind of nootropic effects, and there are some fat loss properties with L-carnitine, but obviously you got to take a little bit more than 1 gram. With that 1 gram though, for the effects that I'm guessing they're going for, which is those nootropics and focus, that is a very good amount. All right, next up is 1 gram of tyrosine, going to help with, you know, the stress inducing of working out and kind of helping you push through all that. That is a good amount, 1 gram. 750 milligrams of the agmatine sulfate. It's going to help with the blood flow and blood circulation throughout the body, kind of help with those pumps. So definitely great to see that. 500 milligrams of choline bitartrate. Again, another kind of nootropic ingredient, going to help with that focus. That is a good amount. 240 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous. Now, some of you may be saying, wow, that seems a little low. And to be honest with you, I would say that's on the lower end. But next up, we have dicaffeine malate, yielding 75% caffeine of the 200 milligrams. So with that, you're looking at an additional 150 milligrams of caffeine, and that's going to come in at about 390 milligrams of caffeine. So this is on the higher end. Now, mind you, that dicaffeine malate is going to take a little bit longer to get into the bloodstream and kind of digest. So, it's going to be longer term effects in terms of that energy. So I really kind of like seeing the dicaffeine malate or an extended release kind of caffeine to kind of help smoothen things out and kind of give you that long-lasting energy that we're all looking for. All right, so next up we have 100 milligrams of the citrus aurantium fruit extract. This is also known as bitter orange extract. You guys have probably seen that on a lot of other supplements, or we've talked about it. 100 milligrams is right in the middle, so good amount to see there. 10 milligrams of the Piper nigrum fruit. This is also known as black pepper extract, and going to help with the absorption of all these ingredients. I mean, there's a lot of actives in here. And then we end up with 100 micrograms of the huperzine A. Again, another kind of nootropic ingredient, going to help with that focus and pushing through the workout. So is it missing some things? Is the label fully disclosed? Yes. 100% transparency here when it comes to the label. I think everything on here is dosed fairly well. Is it missing some ingredients? Yeah, you could say so. So in terms of the label ingredient breakdown, guys, I am going to give this an 8 out of 10. I think it's almost there. Like I said, it's missing 1 or 2 ingredients for me. I can always argue the creatine thing, but I know a lot of the subscribers out there or viewers don't like creatine when it comes to their pre-workouts. They don't want it in there. They'd rather supplement on the side if they're going to put creatine in their stack. Obviously, no pre-workout really kind of hits every single mark. They're always going to kind of miss something because let's be honest, I mean, the high stem stuff, that's usually very high stem. There's no pump ingredients. They're not looking at nootropics. They're looking at those very high stimulant kind of ingredients. So by no means is this a bad score. 8 out of 10 is what I'm going to go with. I think it's a very well-dosed kind of pre-workout. We'll kind of see how the effects go, and let's just jump right into the taste, guys. Now, this does come in 2 different flavors. I have the grape cotton candy. We've talked about cotton candy a lot on the channel. Not a huge fan, but we'll kind of see how we go today. All right, this does, whew. You guys can maybe see it. Can you guys see it? Yeah, you guys can see it. Oh man, this does recommend 8 to 12 ounces of water. We have 10 ounces of water here. We're gonna do 2 full scoops here. It's definitely got some powder, coming up. The powder smoke, if you will. Cap that back on here. Ooh, oh man, I probably shouldn't have done that. Very heavy grape smell in there. I like grape. We've talked about Welch's grape by Ghost. Give this a nice good mix. Very interesting. This is not what I would have thought when it comes to a grape cotton candy kind of flavor. Clear, right? Maybe a slight little tint on there of some purple. Mixability here. A little bit of some sediment here on the bottom. Nothing too crazy. Not a lot of foaming, which is nice to see. I do see a lot of the actives kind of spinning around here. And yeah, let's give it the old taste test. Cheers. So I would say this is definitely more of a grape flavored pre-workout. The cotton candy I don't really taste. I personally like that. I'll be honest. Like, I'm glad it's not pushing cotton candy. It's just not a favorite flavor of mine. Now, when it comes to taste, guys, I've said this about pre-workouts. I'm just looking to slam this back and go hit the gym, okay? You could argue that maybe you want it to taste good. And taste is so subjective that I may love this, the next guy may not, okay? I think this tastes overall really, really good. It mixes very, very nicely. It has that very strong grape kind of flavor, but there's not a lot of tart. I will say maybe that's where the cotton candy kind of comes in, is you kind of get this nice sweetness on the back end. Yeah, and it's not overly sweet. It tastes very well balanced in terms of the sweetness, in terms of a little bit of that tartness from the grape kind of flavoring here. Overall, I think the flavor is really good. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, just because grape's not really my go-to, but I'm glad that this is more of a grape than a cotton candy. I will say that 100%. Now, some of you may be looking for cotton candy. I will say it does not taste like cotton candy to me. It tastes more like grape. I would say 90% grape and a little bit of that cotton candy flavor. So I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, guys. It does taste really good. I'm gonna slam the rest of this back. I'm gonna head off to Gold's Gym. We're gonna do a big chest day today. I'm still feeling it. I'm doing a push-pull legs kind of sequence right now, and that's my training split. We'll come back, we'll talk about the effects, and we'll go from there. We'll see you guys here soon. All right, guys, so we just got back from the gym, and I look a little bit different. Usually I'm really sweaty and whatnot. With this pre-workout, I didn't get like super sweat. Now, I did work shoulders and chest, kind of a push day is what we did, and a really big focus on triceps since earlier in the week, I did do the big chest day. So in terms of Iron Brothers Ruthless pre-workout, how were the effects? Focus came in very nicely. Beta-alanine tingles definitely hit in very quickly, probably within like 10 minutes. I was feeling it, tingly. We got straight into the gym, did a 15-minute warm-up on the treadmill, just very light cardio, and then worked right into our first set of shoulder press, barbell shoulder press, and we really pushed through the workout. I feel like in terms of like energy level, it was good. It wasn't like anything extraordinary. There's not like a bunch of heavy stimulants in here. I do feel right now with that dicaffeine malate that I do kind of have this nice little steady stream of energy still after the workout. The workout was over an hour long, and that doesn't include the warm-up, guys. I know some people come at me with like, you should be working out for at least an hour or an hour and a half to make it worthwhile. Well, everyone's different, so chill out. But yeah, I mean, today was great. It was a really good day. I didn't have to really wait on machines or anything like that at Gold's. I just feel like the focus and the nootropics within here was the highlight. The pump was decent. I mean, shoulders are feeling pretty good right now, still pretty full. And I did work out fasted. This was a fasted workout. This was the only thing I took. I do drink Hydrocharge and Citrulline on every single workout. So that never changes. That hasn't changed since I started doing these reviews. All right, guys, so in terms of the ratings, I'm gonna kind of break it down a little bit differently. Usually I would just give you guys a number, and that's kind of how the effects work. Well, I'm gonna kind of break it down a little bit further now from here on out, unless you guys comment below and you're like, nah, we don't like that. But basically, in terms of the pumps, I'm gonna break it down by section. Pumps wise, I would give this like a 6 out of 10. I do feel like it was good. It wasn't anything extraordinary. There's not a ton of pump ingredients in here, so I wasn't expecting a lot. But I got a pretty good pump. Yeah, I mean, shoulders, usually I can get a nice pump, and especially triceps, definitely get a good pump. Now, in terms of the focus, this is where I think this product really is highlighted in terms of the nootropics. I felt a very good, steady stream of focus. I still feel it now in terms of just being dialed in, wanting to do more, knock this, and this out. That's kind of how I feel with nootropics. So with that, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 in terms of the nootropic kind of focus kind of side of things. Now, in terms of energy, like I said, I still feel it now. No jitters, no like bad side effects, anything like that in terms of energy. And I'm gonna give it like an 8 out of 10. I think that's right kind of where it sits. It was a good amount of energy for me, and I still feel it now with that dicaffeine malate. I like that. And yeah, in terms of, you know, overall effects, do I have any stomach issues, anything like that? Definitely not. No stomach issues whatsoever. Everything settled very nicely. Have not had any sort of like ill feeling that sometimes you get by taking certain products with certain ingredients in there. So overall, guys, in terms of this pre-workout, I am going to give this an 8 out of 10. I think it's a really good pre-workout. I think this is probably a really good daily driver if you guys wanted to consider it that. I would put this on the higher end of stim and mental focus for sure, because obviously it is pushing a little bit more caffeine than you would typically see in a daily driver. I would put daily drivers between like 200 or 150 to 250 kind of in there. This is obviously 390 with that dicaffeine malate. So yeah, just kind of a really solid pre-workout. I highly recommend you guys check it out now. Obviously samples just got sent out today, guys, for those of you that pre-ordered over the weekend. I appreciate you guys doing that. Make sure you guys head on over to the website, www.vwfitness.club, and I can send you out a sample of the Iron Brothers Ruthless, okay? Now, just a quick heads up, if you guys have not watched any of the previous videos, samples will not be sent out the same day. It'll pretty much be on a weekly basis. I will gather up all the orders and then ship them all at once so that we can kind of come in here, go through all these amazing products, and send you guys out samples all at once and get them out the door. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Follow me on Instagram at @VW_Fitness. You guys can DM me, reach out to me, comment, whatever you guys want, and you guys can learn more there. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe and bell for notifications. And as always, we'll catch you in the next one.